So obviously I have to skip over the middle because there's nothing going on in the middle. I'm super happy with this, though. I'm not ready to take the top off yet, but I have been finding ways to raise it up. Some of them are getting taller than what they have room for, so they're hitting the top. I got the onions finished in the milk jugs. Been working on this side. Brought in some autumn sedum. Let's see. I have a picture of it on the table when I brought it in. That was what was left over. But I did like the color. And the Reeves needed something more that I didn't already have in here. So I had to leave it till I was walking around the yard. It was nice out, and I found something more. So I'm happy with this side. Getting ready to go plant some garlic along the wall. These are garlic that I rejected. They're not seeds. They were just too small. So along the wall in greenhouse 2 is where I'm going to put them. Mice don't like garlic. So I think it's a good compromise to doing nothing. I cleaned in here. It makes me happy when it's clean in here. And there's green. You know, that makes me happy too. Swiss chard that was started in a milk jug in December was planted in here yesterday. This is an olive tree that defoliated. I was unhappy with its conditions. It will grow new leaves in the spring. Geranium I just brought out here from the overflow area. It was blooming in the overflow area last year, but this year I just had the urge to bring it out and give it a little bit of a head start. This is my favorite one. This does have hydrangeas on it, but I cut them. Like they're a big flower, but they're sectioned off. So I took like little sections of a big flower and added it. And these were dried when they were colorful. Right now they're all brown. Anyway, my favorite one. That helps me to know what to save next year. So definitely the hydrangeas. And the amaranth I thought was a really nice touch, which you can see on this one. So I'll dry more amaranth while it's still in color. And the autumn sedum, I like that. I like the color that it is. That deep burgundy. Isn't showing on this one. I like that color. That works for this time of year. I don't have to do that ahead of time. I could try to dry some while it's still pink though. Give that a go. So it's nice to end this on a happy note. I can start planting the new flowers now that I have the onions done. I always try my hardest to do the food first. Got this trenched. And I do believe I found my green onions in here. The tops are chewed off, but looks like there's a garlic next to it. But yeah, that's my little patch of green onions that I started in a little, like half-gallon milk jug last year. And then I planted them all together, which is the same thing I'm doing this year. But they're there. We'll just plant the garlic around them. I have a little rake that I use in my chicken coop. And then I have this little trenching tools on the side of the shed. So this worked great. Now I just have to go get the cup and lay them all out. Stomp them in. I have so much garlic. I have enough for me and my daughter to both have garlic for the whole year. I don't need to keep all these little ones. And I have somebody that comes and buys garlic. I didn't plant much garlic this year because there was still so much garlic left over from last year that I didn't pull. It was really muddy and they were just breaking. They weren't pulling out. I harvested greens from those yesterday to go with my one green onion that I found. They're quite pungent. Looks like they were growing in here. I see roots. Look at that. They're growing. Interesting. Doesn't hurt my cause. I can't really see in the camera. I think it's not getting this back corner. Maybe. Watering can poke me in the butt. That's the thing to do because I still have so much and I'm at the end of this row is do the exact same thing on the other side. So it's the middle of February. It's a beautiful warm day. Because it's the middle of February, we can't count on that being what we're having coming. What's coming is going to be cold and nasty. When the ground is froze, it's harder for the mice to dig on the sides. Okay, I need my other tool. Okay, that is a nice trench. Here we go. Here it is. So this cup of extra garlic's been hanging out in the greenhouse for a long time. All winter. stuck together. Feel something in there. Don't know what it is. Roots to my garlic. That's what it is. They top off my garlic, but the garlic's still there. So that'll come back. That's good. What did I say? Garlic? Oregano. Roots to my oregano. I don't know how long this took me, not very long, because I had the good tools that could get the job done quick. Soil's easy to work with. Okay, that's all of them. I had to block the ducks off from the other pond because we have a ditch that's full of water, but it's not good healthy water. So I fenced it off and gave them their little pond. Fresh, clean water, they like it. The dirty duck, that is our duck that hasn't been feeling well, is getting harder and harder to tell apart from the other ducks. She's getting better and better. She's cleaning better. They've actually done better this winter than they ever have, I think. And that's due to me letting them out more. More access to water. But you know, you can only do what you can do. We are in Michigan. It's cold here. We're having a warm day in February. And I have bulbs coming up. That's not good. So I'm going to cover them with some compost. This hose is why I can give the ducks water this year, whereas I couldn't before, and we had this for water. Rick hooked me up a hose on the other side of this wall, hooked into that, so it's on the inside. And so I could see them so clearly with my eyes. With the camera, I found it harder to pick up on these, but this is where I'm going to throw some compost. Looks like a little sunken down spot in the garden. Puppies. I think I'm going to stick real close to this edge here. For some reason I stopped filming. I was talking, I don't exactly know where it left off. But I got the edges planted with poppy seeds. And I got compost on the spot where the bulbs were coming through. Oh, well, I got a few. And later when I walk by, I'll get a few more. It's wet and muddy. Or muddy, I should say. Doesn't look wet, but it's muddy. What are you doing, duckies? Shoo back and get in your own yard. Shoo. Shoo. We're on a tight ship over here. Stay on your own side. Boundaries. I like to keep the boundaries around where I have these pipe ends. Started working over here and I left my piles and walked away. The weather got bad. Go put my work gloves on and take another stab at it. This is the garden that I was just working on. And as I was working on it, this is one that I didn't edge in the fall. So on this beautiful February day, I'm going to edge it. So the garden's gotten bigger, which means I had to edge out further. I need to do a little more on this side. Mostly done. I'm done for now. I'm going to take this to the chickens, to the chicken coop. Let them scratch on it. I want to make sure I get a bunch of lavender when it's blooming next year. Get it dried. But it's such a long time from now. Like, I think I'll remember that it was important in February. It was important in January. Had a lot of time. Had a good time. Will I remember? Dried flowers. Put a couple of sticks from the butterfly bush in the ground because they broke. Sometimes it's that easy. And you know what? It was broke. It was just sitting on the ground. So everything was pretty wet. I have a heck of a time getting that fire started since I started this project in the fall. Lots of rain. By the time I got done piling stuff on there, it was way over the sides. Butter anyway. Still a little bit green, a little bit wet, of course, but it'll be a smaller pile now.